Hi everyone, and thanks once again for tuning in to Smash Factor TV. My name's Natalie Adams. With today's video tip, we're going to do our part 3, our final part of our pre-season MOT swing series, and we're looking at getting you hitting this golf ball a lot better and working on directional control. So directional control, what we've got to focus on is, first of all, have you got your hands on correctly? I'll put a link in the video here to another tip on how to hold that golf club so you're in the best position to control this club face. Second thing we've got to do is look at, is this club face aiming at where you want to start that golf ball? And then how are you standing relative to that? So easy way to do that, just pop an alignment tool or a piece of blue tack onto the club face and then stick a T-peg. I've just got a longer alignment pole here. Stick a T-peg into that blue tack that's on that club face, and that will show you where you're aiming. So we want to make sure that we've got this club aiming where we want to start the golf ball. Now, we also need to then look at if there is curvature on that golf ball, and that's the main thing that I want to help you get under control today, so that you're hitting straighter shots rather than majority of you will hit this big left to right slice and lose the ball over to the right. And as ever, everyone, if you're enjoying the video, please remember to hit the subscribe button and notifications so you'll get an email every time we release another video. They're all geared up to help you get the most from your golf game and to enjoy your golf more when you're out on that golf course. If we'll go through aim in a minute, but if I just put this pole out on the ground here, just to show you that that is where I am wanting to start the golf ball. And then with two other alignment poles, I'm just going to go and place these out onto the range. Now, depending on how accurate you want to get, if you are slightly higher handicapper, then don't put the poles out too far. I'd go maybe sort of 5 yards. But if you want to challenge yourself more, put them further away from you. How far apart to put them? Again, if you're a higher handicapper just starting out, I would say maybe put them a really good 2 strides of yours, 2 paces between them. If you're a lower handicapper and you want to push yourself and improve a bit more, narrow them in so you've only got a couple of feet between them. Okay, so I'm just going to go and put these out on the range and then come back and we'll have a look at the drill that's going to help you improve your direction. Okay, so we've got the alignment poles set up. I've just put maybe 1.5 feet between them, and I've got the alignment poles about 10 yards out from me. But again, if you want to put them a little bit further, it just makes it a bit more difficult. Pull them in a little bit, makes it a bit easier. Widen them up, makes it slightly easier. So work out what level is good to give you a challenge, but not something you can do all the time. If you can do it all the time, it's not pushing you enough. So make it a little bit more difficult. If you can't do it at all, you've already set it a little bit too hard, make it a little bit easier. So get to that point where it's challenging you. Okay, so what we want to do here is work on aiming that club face directly through the 2 alignment poles we've got there, setting up and holding in a way that we're going to have control over that club face. Now, what we want to work on doing here is hitting shots that are going to go directly through those 2 poles. Now, if you're someone who would tend to miss on the left, what we've got to look for there is that you may have the club head coming in from the outside of the target line and then cutting across it to the inside, and your club face is aiming left of those poles. So we would then want to block those areas off. So if I take 2 of the golf balls, I would want to place one on the outside of this golf ball and then one on the inside and about 6 inches to the left of the ball for the one on the inside and about 6 inches to the right for the one on the outside. And I then want to work on making sure that when I swing in, I don't hit this golf ball, the middle one, and then that inside one, I want to be swinging in more this way as I go through. If you're somebody who misses the golf balls but misses on the right of that target, you may be swinging in too much this way, so too much from the inside to the out. So you'd want to swap the balls over, put one on the inside, one on the outside, again just to try and help you get a more neutral path as you go through impact. And then we can just concentrate that as you do that we're trying to hit directly through those poles, because we've got the club face aimed well between them. So majority of you will want to miss this one on the outside, this one on the inside. So set those balls up on the range. Before you go to hit, just have a few practice swings at that. Again, make sure aiming towards the poles with that club face, and just maybe small swings to start with, just working on taking the club back and through without hitting either of those golf balls. You're getting more confident with that. You can go into a fuller swing to do that, but just build that up gradually. And then when you're ready, start to pop the ball in the middle. See what happens to these two balls. If you don't hit them, great, so you're not swinging too much across the line. You could always make it a little bit trickier, just pull the balls in slightly. So it's just making that gap a little bit narrower for you. But now all you've got to do is work on club face, aiming at those two alignment poles to hit directly through it. And that will get you getting that shot much more under control. So I think a really good drill there to help you with your directional control. It'll get you focused on where you're aiming the club face, where you want the ball to go, and getting that, basically getting the club face under control, so that as it's hitting the ball, it's going to start it off between those poles. And then if your path is quite neutral, you're not going to get a lot of curvature onto that. I will put another link on to another little tip that will help you with making sure you're striking from the center of the face, because again, if you're not quite striking from the center of the face, if you're a little bit more off the toe, a little bit more off the heel, that will affect the flight of the ball and the curvature that you do get on that golf ball. But just set this up as a basic drill on the range. It really will help you get more control of your shots. If you've enjoyed the tip and you think there's a lot of value in it for you, please subscribe to the channel and hit notifications, and also leave us a comment and maybe share it with some of your friends who need to work on their directional control in their game. But I really hope you've enjoyed the tip and it helps you to improve your game. You'll get more enjoyment from the sport. It's another game-changing golf coaching tip.